The UK has condemned a controversial new Chinese security law that will tighten Beijing's grip on Hong Kong. Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab says British national overseas passport holders will be granted increased visa rights unless China suspends the law. Britain, Canada, Australia and the United States have released a joint statement expressing deep concern over the legislation after it was approved by China's parliament today. It bans seditious activity and could lead to China installing security agencies in Hong Kong. Critics say the measure seriously threatens the territory's unique status, and pro-democracy activists have been ramping up protests in response. Well, a short while ago, I spoke to Alvin Chung from New York University's U.S. Asia Law Institute, and he told me about how soon China could begin enforcing the changes.
Now, the latest timelines that have been floated for the substantive legislation suggest that it will be put into effect by September. As for what we can expect, we know that the threatened legislation will encompass all manner of things from alleged foreign intervention and secession to acts that, quote, seriously endanger national security, unquote. Now, we know from the PRC's own national security law of 2015 that what the PRC means by national security can encompass practically anything. And in practice, it's been used to attack things ranging from shorting stocks to importing foreign animations as horrific and seditious as Peppa Pig. So that's the sort of thing we can expect, really, that will be applied to Hong Kong.
Well, that is a rather large sweeping or allows for sweeping action to be applied. Do you think this could also allow Chinese forces to actually have boots on the ground there, as it were?
That is certainly one of the things that has already been threatened. Pro-Beijing figures have publicly suggested separate national security kangaroo courts, so that is definitely something that Beijing is considering. And yes, there will be official legal authority, as far as we can tell, for mainland state security agencies to operate in Hong Kong. The abduction of Li Bo, who was at the time an EU citizen, as far as we can tell, and the subsequent abduction of Xiao Jianhua from Hong Kong soil suggests that state security has already been operating covertly in Hong Kong for some time. The new threatened legislation would give the stamp of approval to this sort of activity.
Okay. Well, the UK has become the latest country to add its condemnation to what Beijing is doing, signing this joint declaration along with the United States, Canada and Australia. As China exercises its sort of soft power and hard power around the world, do you think that's likely to have any impact?
The general pattern that I've seen from the international community has been a shift from trying to sweep the warning signs, and there have been many over the past 6 years, under the carpet, to very belatedly issuing these statements of grave concern, far past the point where they can be expected to have any significant effect. So what this will do to the PRC's conduct remains to be seen, but I'm certainly not at all optimistic.